So that makes sense.
Did anybody watch the Red 6 video that I sent? Yeah. So another really excellent example of how this place works. Red 6 is an air company. They were connected actually in here. The guy over there who looks parts of the house. He is the so Craig's coaching we invited Red 6 to do an AR/VR challenge here on the 8-4 Capital Factory. While they were here, for the technology that you guys saw, but they also ran into Lucky Market Venture. Literally just right here in this place. Came to a pitch. The place is pretty cool. I'm a big fan. I'm glad because they're getting ready to start this club. Super. We'll kick it off. Each company has given an idea. You'll give an intro. There'll be some questions. What's your background? Mentor sessions. Probably about 5 to 10 graduate mentors. When I am there might be some people that hate you, or you might have one that's really cool. Like time bad, sometimes it's power, sometimes it's sick for a while. Just not yeah, so this is cross-listed, and I think 4 different colleges in GD, so computer science and business. Maybe I'm fine arts. So the house is like 10 minutes.
My brother-in-law is a software.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, cross-listed semesters also count in the capstone project. They're all ready to yeah, but you will have pizza. Usually, nice picture.
I'm John Steve's staff, so
wait, Well, yeah, like I said, there's seats around the outside.
So, Brett, what do you think?
It's exciting. It's exciting. Something right now. I don't want to Substituting today. I was so as soon as you brought up the PSP, I was like, all right, good evening. Welcome everybody. Hear me all right? exciting. Great, thank you. I think I met most of you by now. I'm Nick Spiller, one of the investors at Capital Factory, working a lot with Josh. I took this class the first year we had it back in 2011. It was co-taught by Bob Metcalf, who just won the Turing Award, the world's highest honor for computer science. Awesome feat for us, but yeah, a mentor for Cove all year, hanging out there since we're also at Cove. We're gonna run through class. You guys know the rules, but remind you, just students only. If you want to bring someone, let us know. Guest must need approval via Josh. I believe Josh is watching. You can watch the pitch on the live stream. He's just at home today. You got attendance up on the board, so make sure you take out attendance. And everything is confidential unless stated otherwise. So if you want someone to share or tweet about what you're doing, make sure to mention that. Ask them to do it. Okay. Communication, you guys know, Slack. Wait, Demo Day has been moved to April 25th. Everyone knows that, right? Be here at Capital Factory, and I recommend you all take that seriously. I believe there's going to be an investment coming out of the end of that. Today's agenda, we're going to finish up the welcome. We're going to go to the guest mentors for their introduction to the company updates per usual. And we'll break into mentor office hours for the remainder of our time. We got some awesome mentors here today to talk to y'all. We will go right into that. And I think we have 3 of the 4 here already, and Brett is in traffic on the way. So, Tanuj, you want to come up and introduce yourself first, and we'll go from there. And I think the other questions that they answered that we put on the screen. Great. Awesome.
Thank you.
See some of the prompts there.
Okay. Well, good to see everybody here. This is my first time, so it's going to be fun. And my name is Tanuj Gulati. I'm the CTO and founder of a company called Securonics. It's a cybersecurity company, enterprise security software. This was my second venture. I've had a previous exit as well, so I'm a serial entrepreneur. Typically deal with enterprise software, larger enterprises, and super happy to answer any questions that you guys have as you go today. I looked at a lot of the different things that you guys have done. It is exciting. I'm looking forward to my conversation with all of you guys. Thank you.
Awesome. I saw Tanuj was led pre-orders at Sun Microsystems, which is a very hot topic for startups. So I'm sure someone needs pre-orders in this room. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead. I think we have Brett Paulson coming up. And Brett, you've been here once before the semester, is that right? Great. Yep. You guys remember? Awesome.
Hello, my name is Brett Paulson. It's a pleasure to be here. I haven't done it in this at Capital Factory, but I've done this on campus before. I run a private equity company, and we invest in enterprise software companies, kind of on the smaller side. So VCs aren't interested, the large guys aren't interested, so we kind of are the tweener stage there. I got a UT engineering degree back in 2000. Now I seem very old. And I've started companies, run companies, moved out to Silicon Valley, got an MBA at Stanford, and then really went into the entrepreneurial path. So excited to talk to you guys and hopefully give you some sort of advice, but remember it's worth what you pay, which is nothing. Well, I guess tuition. But I look forward to our conversations.
Thank you, Brett. I met Brett when he was working on an advanced lending company.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's relevant, but awesome.
Every sector I've been in.
Every sector, yeah. But I just remember thinking about life differently after our first conversation. It's very good. It's all around us. There's a lot that goes into it. Awesome. Next, we'll bring up Mark McClain, who's another CEO and entrepreneur here in Austin. Mark, thanks for being here.
Good afternoon. My name is Mark McClain. Is that working?
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't hear much. Mark McClain. I run a pretty good sized tech firm in town called SailPoint. We're an enterprise security software company. Founded about 17 years ago. It was venture backed, then it was private equity backed, then it was IPO'd, and now it's private equity backed again, and pretty good sized organization. So if you're in the enterprise space, that'll probably be my primary interest. If you're in consumer, I are one. That's what I know about consumers. So I'll comment if I can be helpful. But I've never built a consumer business. But excited to be your first time, friends with Josh for a while, and so just got a chance to finally make it over here to do this. So excited.
Yeah, this is. This works.
Hello. That's what the mic sounds like. All right. Well, y'all have a benefit now of using the mic. I hope you heard that and you understand that it was awesome people here tonight. And we have, I think, one more expected, Brett Hurt, who's one of the top entrepreneurs in Austin. Has had a couple big hits and also really awesome Longhorn. So looking forward to seeing Brett in a second. And we will go into company updates. Are we ready for that? Who are we starting with? Grackle. All right, Grackle, come on up. And are we going to go clockwise? All right, so we'll just let y'all hand it off to each other. So you can hand it to Sprout when you're done.
Hi everyone, my name is Shreyas and I'm with Grackle. Grackle enables people to buy and sell shares of collectible items. And over the past few weeks, we've been working on our Chain of Summer Incubator application, creating pitches for partnerships. One of our goals is to be able to partner with Web2 companies that already have the facilities and customers to house and store these objects, and want to enable them to expand their customer base to Web3 users. And we finished our smart contract testing and have the contacts that can help us with getting it audited. And my ask is that you guys check out our website at grackle.shop. And if anyone has experience like B2B sales and like pitching to other businesses, we really appreciate that. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Chinmay. I'm one of the co-founders of Sprout Food Solutions along with James and Jackson. So essentially Sprout Food Solutions goes into POS systems to help restaurant owners forecast the amount of sales and then automate the ingredient purchase process. So the way we do that is we take records from POS systems and we put it into a time series forecast, which currently has an accuracy rate of 95%. And then we go ahead and automate that purchasing process with the various vendors the restaurants use. As far as what we accomplished last week, so we held a couple of demos with different customers, and we also have received an RFP and are hoping to get our first paying client by this Thursday. And then for next week, we're going to continue to reach out to more restaurants and really trying to grow that revenue number upwards. And as far as what we need, as always, if you know any restaurant owners, we would love to help. And we're right now, like at the beginning, giving it out for free to really prove out the product that we created. And then also, if anyone knows anyone with POS expertise, specifically integrating with things like Toast and Square, we would love to talk to you. And then lastly, just taking a software platform to market and any like B2B experience in general would be helpful. Thanks.
My name is Shashank Koda and I'm the co-founder of Oakville. We all know how busy teachers are and how many thousands of things they have to manage every day. When they're juggling that many things, they're bound to overlook something, and that happens to often be managing reading in their classrooms. Just for one student alone, the teacher has to look and help them find a book out of thousands, make sure they are motivated to read the entire book, and to ensure and figure out if the student actually liked, understood, or read it. Multiply this by 20 to 30 students in a classroom, and you have a near impossible task for teachers to accomplish on their own. But with Bookwheel, we solve all those and more. We gamify reading to ensure students are motivated to read. We provide quizzes to ensure that students are actually reading and understanding the books, and we provide recommendations for students to never make sure they're never lost in trying to read the book. So this week we met with a UX consultant who's been helping us really with our branding, making sure that our website's streamlined and everything's good and easy to use. We met with a head of a monastery of a school in Florida, who's given us some valuable feedback on what a teacher is looking for in our platform. And additionally, we've been starting the process of onboarding interns to help us with a lot of the menial tasks that we have to do every day. So this coming week, we're going to focus on getting those interns by the end of this week. Also, we have a bunch of interviews lined up with current teachers and hopefully new teachers. So we're going to be looking to prepare for that, and hopefully everything goes well with that. For my call to action, if you know a teacher, you know anyone in education, you know anyone who's in the ed tech space, please feel free to connect us with them. We'd just love to talk to them and get feedback. Thank you.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Akin and I'm here with Tuk Tuk. So, our mission at Tuk Tuk is to help students lower the cost of daily travel and make it a lot more affordable as well as convenient. So what we do is provide car shuttles between city hotspots. And what that does is, city hotspots specifically for students, and what that does is basically help us target the busiest spots at the busiest times. So we find ourselves to be more affordable than Uber, and by only being a few minutes longer, and also being faster and safer than a bus, and also, of course, like a Lime scooter. So this week was quite a busy one. Because we were working on Longhorn Startup's pitch anyway, we kind of went to our longer investor pitch deck and kind of reworked the whole thing, made a lot of changes to it, and we showed it to all of our all of our mentors, my bad, and advisors, and got their opinions. So that was very valuable. We had two routes in mind that we wanted to implement on top of course, this one, which was the Jiu-Jitsu club at Belmont Gym and also a church in downtown. It did not work out, but I think we learned a lot from it. So first of all, one thing we learned from Jiu-Jitsu is that we should go for middle distance routes, so maybe like a mile to 5 miles instead of super short routes. And from church, we kind of learned that when it comes to routes, you got to market research a good amount and talk to people before you set up a route between that. So it's all learning, and I feel like we learned a good amount from that, like I mentioned. We also had a big revamp to the way we do ride operations. We kind of systemized a lot of it, made it more codified, and also made it in a way that we can make sure a ride happens without any problem on the tech, operation, and marketing side, basically making us work together. We got onboarded onto Slack. I mentioned it's cool, but I think Slack just makes everything a lot more streamlined. We're on the tech side working on a back-end revamp, which has been going on for a while, but it is a big revamp, and it can change the way we do a lot of things. So that's going to be something that's going to be very powerful whenever it's done come summer. And we're also working on front-end improvements, so the UI, UX. If you have any ideas or for our users here, if you guys have any ideas or tips, we'd be more than happy to do that and work on that. But yeah, that's all I have for today.
Hey, I'm Smith. I'm with Gazelle Eco Solutions. We help cattle ranchers sustainably manage grasslands, so not overgraze and screw up their properties, and also help them earn money off of the sequestration potential of their land. So we have a bunch of carbon offset projects across Southern Africa, a few pilots here in Texas. We also build the software to help cattle ranchers optimize things like carrying capacity, stocking rates, forecast that, also track improvements in sequestration, and ultimately spit out verified emission reductions that we sell to companies. So that's what Gazelle does. Our engineering team is working pretty hard on some of our software products that we're building out for our partners over at Shell. This next week, we're talking to a bunch of brokers and a bunch of companies. We expect to get our first term sheet for one of our big projects, which is super exciting in a couple of days. And yeah, so pretty exciting stuff. So anyone that has experience in remote sensing, environmental science, carbon markets, sustainability, would like to speak with you.
Yes, my name is Ali. I'm the co-founder of Podius. Podius is a fantasy sports stock market where you can buy and sell shares of professional athletes using virtual currency with the objective of competing against your fans. Our goal is to solve the fan engagement problem that US sports leagues are currently facing by creating a more athlete-centric platform. This week was crazy. I was in New York last week and I was able to meet with Jack Settleman. He's the founder of Snapback Sports and is one of the most famous content creators in sports in the US. So Jack had a lot of positive feedback and a lot of good things to say about our app and our UI. He's pretty bullish that we'll be able to capture market share a lot faster than our competitors. And he was able to give us a lot of insider info on Mojo, prediction strat, price picks that we can hopefully use to overpower them. Aside from that, we also talked to DraftKings, their user research division specifically, and we got a lot of validation for our B2B business model because we found out that DraftKings outsources a lot of third-party data on player sentiment, and they're always open to finding new companies who can sell that data to them. Aside from that, we're rolling out a pretty big software update this week. We'll be introducing live notifications. So anytime a player that you own is about to play a basketball game, you'll get a live notification, and it's just one step forward to having live streaming on the app eventually. And finally, we started putting out content. We put out about 12 pieces of short-form content out this week, so we're gonna be meeting as a team to hopefully review performance and see how that's translating to downloads. As always, if you know someone in the sports or the content creation space, I'd love to chat. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nan Clemens from Cove College Events. Essentially, Cove is the event provider for college communities. Our app turns college campuses into connected eventful ecosystems by allowing local businesses and organizations to publish their events on the targeted platform so that students can find, RSVP and or purchase tickets. Last week, we saw a lot of traction in terms of monetary ways. We had a couple of featured spots sold and push notifications. Now that we have ticketing going as our second source of income, we spent the majority of last week onboarding organizations that would be interested in our ticketing system. And so far, we managed to achieve a Planet Longhorn organization party, which is using our ticketing system next Thursday, our beta event next Friday, 2 sticks in 2 weeks, and then the Omegas org on the 21st of April. We talked to each of them in person this week, and they're all going to be testing our ticketing system. Then we made a couple of new vital updates in terms of our product. We redesigned our featured events on the homepage. We redesigned the event creation page to make it more intuitive for hosts. We've also made it possible to now buy a featured spot and push notification directly through the app, whereas previously they had to send it through to the Cove Venmo account. And then finally, we made a 4-minute video explaining the ticketing system and the updates to all the new hosts. We've also planned our whole product development sprint over the summer and our marketing campaigns. A couple of these include a $300 bonus to every org that sells 200 tickets. We'll still be making a profit, which is great. And then this week, we're going to be doing the same. Essentially, we're talking to more organizations to see if they've got any ticketed events coming up and see how we can help them. We're looking for more kinks and bugs in our ticketing system, and obviously we're going to be finalizing our demo day pitch, and that's where our ask comes in. Our demo day pitch will be in the form of an engaging story, and we'll be looking for graphic designers that could help us make an animated video that could run in the background instead of a slide deck. So if anyone knows any graphic designers or animation majors, we'd love to talk to you guys. Thank you very much.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. My name is Yi. I'm the co-founder of Maven Surgical. So at Maven Surgical, we are creating intelligent and reliable partners for surgeons to so that can lower the barriers for them for more surgeons to learn and use surgical robot safer and faster. So our first MVP is a wearable device on surgeon's hands that can provide surgeons with real-time feedback and guidance based on the way they're operating. So according to our preliminary study, the device was able to reduce the low quality movement by 30% and reduce the task completion time by 12%. So for last week, I practiced my pitching with my mentors, and I updated my pitch deck based on the feedback from last Tuesday, and we secured our NSF iCorps mentor and submitted the application. So now we are prepared for the interview. So if you guys don't know what is the NSF iCorps program, it is a program that helps tech transfer from universities and for market validation purposes. And we will be required to run 100 customer interviews throughout like 7 weeks program. So we also submit the IRB application for running certain interviews. That was mandatory if you want to interview surgeons. So the ask is, as we're all, if you guys know any surgeons or any people who is like on hospital administrative, so please let me know. I would like to learn about their stories. Thank you so much.
Hey everyone, I'm Sarvesh, along with Tyler and Sam, one of the co-founders of PicTag, the app that makes it easy to sort, search, and share your camera roll. Everyone from my teenage sister to my elderly grandparents have thousands of pictures on their camera roll, and for as far as Google Photos and Apple have come, it's still not that great to find out one perfect photo, both on the consumer side and on the enterprise side. And we've been really focusing on that enterprise side. Our biggest update this past week is that we met with a Brazilian energy company, Energisa, who manufactures electric pylons all over the Brazilian countryside. Now, they take millions of drone photos each year of these pylons, and they need to identify things like birds' nests, vegetation, scratches on metals, things that would prevent functionality. Right now, they have 19 people manually combing through these millions of photos. That's not scalable, it's not tenable, it's not gonna work out, and they want us to be a potential solution. We're working on a testing data set from them, and that's what we're kind of exclusively focusing on right now. We're really getting to see the enterprise appeal of PicTag, helping companies with massive data tasks. In terms of accomplishing next week, we're just gonna work on that data set, build up relationships with more companies such as Pexels, Unsplash, massive image hosters, working with journalist companies, talking to our contacts in Germany, and following up on that lead. So in terms of our asks, if you know anyone that works at a business that requires massive image sorting tasks or works with massive data sets of any kind that relate to images and don't have a good solution, come talk to us because we'll be happy to help. Thank you.
Josh told us to work on storytelling, so let's see if I can tell you guys a good story of what happened this week. But before I do that, hi, I'm Armel Tala, work with Clips AI, and we help businesses and creators take long-form content like podcasts, webinars, and automatically turn those into social media clips. And this week, just kind of knock out our North Star metrics. We're really focused on trying to track the value that users are getting, so we do that with the clips exported. So in the past week, 10 users have exported 116 clips, so that's them downloading it. And then 26 users have created 199 projects. A lot of those, there's a big jump in that because one of the users, our second paying customer, was really testing out the product. But the story I want to tell you is how we got our second paying customer and kind of the lesson we learned from that. So it was Thursday before Milan and I had to fly out to New York for a pitch competition. And I wake up in the morning, I'm going to the bathroom, and our other co-founder, Ben, he swings open his door. And he usually doesn't do this. He's a kind of like keeps himself in the morning. He goes, "Oh, like, check this out." I was like, "Okay, well, what is it?" He's like, "Someone just asked us how much it would cost to process 20,000 minutes." And I was like, 20,000 minutes? Like, obviously, they didn't look at our pricing pages. It's based on the number of clips they export. And I go, okay, I'll respond back to the email. I respond back and say, our pricing model is based on the number of clips exported because it's more aligned with the value you receive. And they go, oh, wow, that's awesome. That's such a unique selling proposition compared to your competitors because they base it on the number of clips uploaded. And if you kind of think about it, if you upload an hour-long video, you might not like any of the clips they produce. So the way we based our pricing was one thing that they liked, and another. And so they respond back with that, and then they ask, okay, well, if it's not the minutes uploaded, how much would it cost us? How much would it cost me to process to download 20,000 clips? It was like, okay, if you do the math, because right now we base our pricing, it's like 50 cents per clip a user exports, so that's $10,000 a month they would be paying us. It didn't really. I was like, this is a joke. This isn't real. So I'm texting my founders, my co-founders, and they're like, don't tell them the number. Don't not tell them the number. I was like, okay, all right. Well, let's get on a call. We'll give you a discount because of the volume. I was like, okay, great. And I didn't believe any of this was actually going to happen because I was like, this is a joke. Like, no one's going to export that many. This is like a huge number. And then class is like early o'clock, 11, and I checked the email, and he actually booked the call for later in the day. texted my co-founders, and for the first time, Ben, he's our CTO, he was like, oh, I'm going to show up to this meeting. He never shows up to any sales or demo calls. So it's like, okay, you know this is important. And then, so fast forward, we get to the call, and we're just talking. First, we're trying to figure out, like, how did you find us? Why do you need to export so many clips? And he was like, well, you know, it's a media agency, so he has a lot of different clients that have a lot of content, so he needs to process a lot of them. And he goes, okay, well, yeah, I've actually paid and used a bunch of your competitors' products, and we actually onboarded him earlier. We let him create an account. And he was like, I like so far what I see. You guys, your clips are actually better. And there's a couple of things he liked about it. So one was our pricing model, but another was the fact of our focus on just really nailing down our core value proposition was creating clips, because a lot of our other competitors have moved on to other features that make a lot of sense, but the clips they produce aren't good. So at the end of the day, it was like, why am I paying for this process and those clips aren't even good? But so as we're talking, we finally get to the pricing plan. He's like, okay, well, I'll start with 1,000 clips just to test it out. If things go well, I might scale it to 20,000. It's like, okay. It's like, okay, still 1,000, that's like 500 a month. This is like, our first main customer is paying us like 75. And I was like, okay, well, he probably doesn't want to pay for it right now. I was like, hey, you know, we'll follow up with you and talk, and like once you figure out how many clips you want to export, we can finalize it. He stops me in the middle of the sentence and goes, no, I'm ready to bust out my wallet right now and pay. I was like, we all just looked at each other like, wait, what? And yeah, and after that, we talked some more. He was really aligned with the vision of how we were thinking about building the product, sent him the link, and then he bought it. So that was fun.
How much did he pay?
500 a month. So for 1,000 clips, 500 a month. But the lesson was for us, it's something I've always heard like Michael Siegel say of Y Combinator, that like you want to try to sell to customers that the problem is so burning that like if their head was on fire and all you had was a brick, they would take the brick and smash the head with it to try to put out the fire. And that was like literally the definition, because we technically aren't even like charging yet, in the sense that like we're still in our alpha. We're very close to launching a beta where like a user can just get on and they don't have to talk to us to start paying. So the fact that even though we told him that, he still wanted to pay for the product, really just kind of told us that like, okay, these are the type of people we need to start finding. And so the big question for us is, where do we find more? His name was Germany. Where do we find more journeys? So that was it. That was a big lesson. And yeah, but our ask for this week is, if you know any journeys, let us know. Thank you.
Hey everyone.
I think we might
Lou?
Hey everyone. My name is Pavan and I'm working on Edith. Edith is a more effective way to churn through your email inbox. Basically, we come up with a summarized version of what's going on in your inbox so that you don't have to read through all of the emails that are happening. You can just read through our digest and get a quick overview of what's going on in your inbox. So in the last week, we considered a slight pivot to our current strategy. Up till now, we've been building out a pretty complex feed product that basically forces you to dump all your data onto our system. But it turns out that's actually not effective, because most people don't want to dump all their data onto a feed system that no one has heard of. So we're building out shorter and smaller features that people can onboard onto instantly. So something that we built out was this CCable EA assistant. If you talk to people who have EAs, they always say oh yeah, I'm CCing my EA to schedule a meeting. So we basically built that for people who don't have EAs but still want to have an EA that they can CC. So it's EA@edith.ai, and if you CC that, I believe there's still technically a wait list on this, so I'm not sure if it's going to work for y'all, but you can basically schedule meetings with this tool. In the last week, we also got into our first startup accelerator. It's called Neo, and it gives us access to $600K in capital. So we're pretty excited about this because now it allows us to go full-time into this project. So we're most interested in speaking to people about considering startup offers, funding materials, and how to go about this whole process, because it's still pretty new to us, and we're essentially interested in learning more from other people's experiences on how that's gone for them. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I'm so pumped about everything that just happened, and I don't know if you all realize it, but a lot of the things you said you have
did today, you've been projecting all semester. And I feel like multiple, Cove, and, Clips, and Edith, like those are big milestones that y'all have been talking about. You've delivered on them, and like that's what it's all about. We're gonna, before we move into our mentor sessions, I want to bring up one last guest mentor to introduce themselves. Someone who's one of my mentors back when I was at UT and actually helped us. Y'all, I think a lot of y'all are familiar with the Genesis Fund. This Brett Hurt is a great Longhorn, good friend, and excited to have you in class tonight.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Good storytelling. I'm glad that Josh gave you that advice. That's storytelling is everything in selling. And when you're raising money, you're selling. So I'm Brett Hurt. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Data World. This is my sixth company as an entrepreneur. I started to be an entrepreneur at 24. And prior to this, started Bazaar Voice, which had a great IPO in 2012. That was a dream come true. Entrepreneurially, rated the best place to work in Austin, #1, when it was small, then medium, then large. And now there have been over 70 companies started by former Bazaar Voice people, which is kind of awesome. My wife and I also invest in startups, and we have been doing that 11 years, and we're in 130 startups now. It's kind of hard to believe that it's that many, but it's 130 startups. I think about 10 are unicorns now, which is pretty awesome, and we've only had 15 go out of business in 11 years, which is great. And we're in 40 VC funds as well, but prefer to invest direct. But we are in the Capital Factory funds, and Josh is one of my best friends and asked me to do this, and I've orbited around Capital Factory since really pretty much since it was founded. So real pleasure to be here, and trust me, I know what kind of grinding you guys are doing here, and we're doing it all the time at Data World. We're about 150 people, and it's a very intense period right now. We're a critical path on a lot of items, including this whole generative AI boom, which is kind of what our company was made for. It's made for this moment. In particular, if you're a data person, we're built on a knowledge graph, and knowledge graph actually, even when we were 1 year old, we were talking about the future of AI is built on knowledge graphs, and we're here right now. So we're all in on that as a company. The other thing I would just, since I'm not going to meet with every company, I'd just like to say is I wrote a book on entrepreneurship, came out with it last year on Mother's Day in honor of my mom. And you can get it for free online at entrepreneursessentials.com. You can also buy it on Amazon if you want the print edition. All the proceeds go to benefit female entrepreneurs at the Kendra Scott program at UT Austin. It's called the Women's Entrepreneurial Leadership Institute. It's a mouthful, but really, really great cause. And yeah, just great to be here. Thanks. Thanks.
All right, well, y'all know what happens next. We're gonna break up into our office hours. We've got pizza ready for everyone who's hungry, so help yourself. Got our resident mentors here, guest mentors, work yourself through. We're interested. And yeah, hope we have some lively discussions.
It's not stuttering, it's just good intentional. Don't add that third K, because that's bad. Not the KKK.
Just didn't expect No, I have something to do. Like,
Okay. Yeah, and it's remembering.
Yeah. I can give you a sheet and it has all the information on it.
I would say then I'll give it
They're everywhere. Do you have any idea for your
I saw that
Yes, to be
What I want to do is I talk to
That's funny. It's no problem. I just tried to That should be in this, like, you know, I remember at one point, this is big now. This is the way you now, what's up, man? So, how you doing? You said you're working with a monster? Oh, I know. I want to get out of it. It's more. Oh, Montessori. But you all right now, I thought you said Montessori. It's different. Also, you get how many times have you practiced the pitch? Yeah, you might practice at home on video and send it out to your mentors. That could be fast. Yeah, like as it improves, you're doing that yourself. Quickly, so you don't have to wait on anything to happen. But also, like, don't really need it. It's like, tell a story about. I was just also this actually makes more sense than having a shuttle basis. Have a killer puzzle. So like, all I care about is okay, that's my pitch, so you have to say and you want to like have some meaningful statement. Don't have your slide too big. That's like one of the biggest mistakes. See how that slide is just real big, yeah, so I was going to do that story, good slides. It certainly is a little hard when you can say something like, and so we build book wheels, and we're working with 50 customers like the person I just told you, and that represents this much revenue. And that's like the introduction. That's really fun. Oh, now we have this many customers like that. We work like 5 or 6 people that have the same problem. Odds against us. That would be really helpful. But it also be too yeah, it's like, we'll be having live audiences. I think that's just good. I think like investors, but also interview portion. And then new pitches back to back. Yeah, it's like it's not too different.
But yeah, in this kind of
But it's a natural thing. I don't want to trigger that's I don't want to I gotta care about this. I gotta be prepared. You'll be nervous right up until you get there. You get on stage. Preparation is where a lot of stress it won't be perfect, like nobody knows what it's supposed to look like, so if you make little mistakes, you can just keep going. First of all, I remember my day. Yeah. It was a little bit, not quite 2 years ago. And I actually announced it in my it wasn't going to work. I was like, we went a lot of the semester, this one is not going to work out. People respected it. It's not like trying to tell themselves that it's working. It's not. I've got a lot of for my business, it was just not, it was very capital intensive in an industry that I had no experience I was trying to turn those arenas into solar power plants. Solar using roads and storage. Sell that, use that to power the arena, and sell it. I really like that. That's myself. Especially and solar hasn't really done much in 10 years. It's hard to become an economical object. It's got a very niche use, like you don't have other offerings. But it's a little hard. That's one day, at some point, the price is so you want to send me your
Well, a lot of them, they're
How'd you find the Florida guy? Florida man. Okay. Did you find any conferences? Yeah. Boom! He's superintendent. That guy. Right. Okay. Any movement in St. Gates? With the teachers? Which so that's in your third grade Jesus, help me out. I want to know how to cool. So you're introing to it, seeing their reception. Okay, good. Cool. So what the okay. So by the way, is that cool that you can find April 19th? Or there, no, that's a suit. Okay. San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, yeah. Around there. Towards the end of the year. How many times does this happen? How many teacher accounts are there? Right now there's one. And these are and you don't know how they got to you. We don't want to find out that. So, many times in
Who was that?
No, after they signed up. Oh, we just another one. 30 to 67. 30 to 67. Space one. Here's how you add your students. Your students don't even know. This is how you get your students set up. I don't think that hurts. I think though that like it's one of those things where you make great the video, and you make things great since it's like brand new. It's hard because it's only 4 or 5. It's such a small sample size. And so it's really hard to understand what's going on when I'm talking about it. Like, there's that inclination to like immediately try to solve it, which you're literally involved. So anything you do is an absolute guess, and you don't know if it's, you won't ever need it. So it's all about conversion. And the problem with this conversion issue, no matter what you do, you have no way to test whether it's successful. So, if you don't know how to test it, it's not going to like if you just need to find a hook or a crook to like that. And it could be as simple as sending in your Google form. Or sending a very simple short hey, you signed up. I noticed you didn't. And you tell us why. And you just give me a free text message. Choose words carefully, get it short, send it. Nothing more. Don't even ask for help. They don't know if give me the answer. And then if they give you the answer, then you can wait 2 weeks and ask if they'll get it. Right? To work on it.
Just pay for my groceries. Nice.
Oh, on the pitch? Oh, when you need to no, I slide back specifically. And I don't remember. By the way, you should send me your slide deck. Slide deck's like so great. Like literally all of it is like the remember we talked about it. None of you guys. Nobody. I told Josh, you got to look at what we talked about, I was telling the pitch from Steve. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Which is what you did in this pitch. Yeah, numbers. So numbers. Now, this is where it's yeah, so you remove competition. Remove that. I don't know where your original pitch is. So where's this one? Yes, it's I'm sorry? I don't remember what I put my phone on. You're meeting with them tomorrow? Yeah, that's fine. You don't need to. Just let me know how it goes. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Hey, good luck. You're killing it.
There are some really trained but I think a lot of the One of the other things that's my goal. Is to get better at yeah, no, I really like it's such an obvious, but it's such a like it's just so that's about it. Thanks so much. So
And then I would
Alright everybody, we got parking if you need parking. Hey everybody, we have parking right over here. If you need it, we got parking over here.
I see how much I'll pay.
I'll be your first customer. Oh!
All right, good luck.